What's up, YouTube? I decided to come on here because the topic kind of brought up to my mind of bullying. There's a lot of different forms of bullying. There's a lot of forms of harassing and all that kind of stuff. And words are very powerful. Your words are probably the most powerful thing that you can use today in society. You know, we have freedom of speech. That's one of our amendments. We have the right to bear arms. But the most thing is the right, freedom of speech, right? You know, there's also laws behind that about protesting, but I'm not getting into that. I'm getting into our right to be able to have free speech, about to speak our mind and be able to say what we want to say. Sorry about that. So, I'm on here because the other day, one of my buddies got bullied for being a Duramax owner. He owns a 2012 Duramax. His friend owns a 96 Power Stroke. And he got called a gay, chubby, gay tampon lover boy. If you guys don't know, people call Chevys tampons. Really rude to say. But you have to really watch out for your words and what you say to people. Because you can say something that you might think that might not hurt their feelings. And if you have a joke to say or anything like that, and you might think it's going to hurt their feelings, best bet, don't say it at all. Smart thing to do. You have something to say to someone that might offend them, don't say it. And really, people don't think about before they act. Today I see a lot of people get into fights. This happened a lot in high school. I see people get into fights, and the first thing they do is they throw a punch. Because they assume everyone always they get a tip on someone that might say something mean. Or for instance, let's come up with an example. For instance, let's say there's a girl that people call, comes in and someone starts a rumor and calls her a slut, but they say that Jimmy did it. But Jimmy didn't really do it because Jimmy had no clue who this girl was. And this girl comes up and starts bitching at him and punching him in the face. Well, hold on. If you ask Jimmy if he didn't say it, and he says, ask 3 of my friends, and you ask 3 of his friends, and they say no, then Jimmy didn't do it. But why would you just punch him in the face? That's the thing. People don't act. People don't think. They always assume that person did it. Oh, let's say Jim takes Ashley's phone and Sarah says that Bob did it. And that Sarah's like, oh yeah, Bob took your phone. Well then, Bob's gonna get in trouble, right? Hold on. Don't assume that Bob did it. Think about it for a second. Investigate. If cops always just start to assume things, which kind of they already do, because the society is fucked up. Don't assume someone always did it. Always think before you act, and always try to figure out who actually did it. Because I've gotten blamed for a lot of shit, and from shit that I didn't do. And it sucks because so many people just start assuming shit, and you don't want to get assumed that so and so did this. That's not cool. So I'm about to head out, and I'm looking for some shit. Oh, I know it is. Haha. But always think what you're gonna do first, and if and I know the one thing is the temper. I know for a fact that temper gets a lot of people in trouble because they immediately think that so and so did it, but actually this person did it, and stuff like that. For instance, this girl at my school, I'm not gonna say any names just to protect, the faces and stuff like that. Let's call her Girl One. Girl One came up to me one day, right? And was like, yo, did you call me a slut and a whore? And let me put this something here. She's a sophomore.